Divorce is a very hard thing to deal with. Some people can even find it paralyzing. When I first got my divorce, I had a whole mixture of emotions. First thing was, I'm excited. I don't have to deal with that person anymore, all the problems, all the stupid stuff we dealt with during marriage. And then immediately following that, almost instantly, the hard sinking of the remorse of what did I just do to my kids? What did I just do to my family? And it was the most crushing feeling. It was that moment that I just felt like an absolute failure as a father, failure as a husband, like really just in this deep, dark spot. And, I joked with my buddy, talking to him through divorce, and anybody who's been through divorce knows this, and if you haven't been through divorce, this is an accurate statement. If you weren't sure of divorce, once the lawyers are involved, you're sure. Because the lawyers have a way of turning your ex into somebody that, maybe you were unsure about divorcing, you're confident you need to divorce them because they turn them into monsters. And it's not their fault. It's the attorneys. They're trying to get in everybody's pockets. They see the bank account and they want to get into it. So they convince us to fight each other and say things about each other that we don't mean. And, if I was going to give you advice on divorce, I would say try to work it out between each other and don't get attorneys involved, because as soon as the attorney sees your bank account, you're screwed. They're going to turn you and your ex into demons against each other, and it's painful and hurtful and hard. So that aside, that's not what this is about. Just want to share that little bit of information. Moving past that, divorce finalizes, everything's done. Now we're facing a situation where you got a couple of things going on. One, now you're trying to manage being a good parent with somebody that you don't much care for at the time. And then you're also got to hone in deep and understand, like, it doesn't matter how much you hate this person, it's still your kid's mother or still your kid's father. You have to make sure that you express some level of love towards them still. And it's hard, but if you dig deep and you think through it, there was a lot of reasons why you married that person. There's things that when you were with them, you saw that they were a good parent, and you can focus on those things. You don't have to focus on why you're divorced. And I also say careful focusing on those things, because you might forget why you're divorced. And you might go back to somebody that there's no reason to go back to. So I think there's a healthy balance of still caring about them and loving them for the way that they loved your family and took care of the family, and the way that they were either a good mother or a good father, and focus on that. Spend time when you're with your kids, think of that, so that you're not likely to say anything mean or rude or hurtful about them, because you got to still exude that strength to your kids that, despite this didn't work, we still care enough about you, the children, to care about each other as our children's parents, right? Like, she should care about me because I'm the parent, the children's father, and I care about her because she's my children's mother. And I think these are really critical things for you to focus on, because it's going to be so easy to be mad at each other because now you got her boyfriend and my girlfriend, and they all have their opinions, and I ran into this with my girlfriend. My girlfriend was pissed that I was so nice to my ex all the time. She's like, oh, you still like her? I'm like, no, I don't still like her, but I know how to keep the situation calm. And just to prove a point, I argued with my ex over something she wanted me to argue with, and it ruined something that we had that was good. And it was something so simple. It was where we drop off and pick up my son. And I pushed the topic, knowing that I shouldn't, but trying to show my new girlfriend that this wasn't a good path, and it blew up. My ex got really pissed and resentful and pulled out the frickin' state law on how far she has to drive. And she went from driving an extra 30 minutes to help me switch to locked in at where she's only supposed to drive. Like, it gets really petty. And you can avoid all of this by simply caring enough about each other to just have a good relationship for the children. Doesn't mean you like them. And if you're somebody who's dating somebody else who's watching this, get over it. Like, they have to raise these kids, and it's about the kids, not you. Okay? It's not about you at all. And I can speak highly to this. I can speak about this forever, because in my marriage, I married somebody who had a kid with somebody else, and I loved that girl like she's my own. I still do to this day. And the way that I made it always work with them is I was always there for her as a father should be, but I never got involved when it was a mom and dad issue. I let them be the mom and dad. So that's what you need to do. If somebody can share this little section. If you're dating somebody who has kids that's divorced, let them be the mom and dad and stay out of it. It's good for everybody. It's not what you think it is. Anyway, moving on. The other thing that you start to focus in on, so that's talking about how to deal with the kids. And I could go on for 16 episodes of this about dealing with the kids. My kids turned out wonderful, and it wasn't easy. I could share with you all the bumps along the way, and my kids are awesome. Super proud of them, super successful, doing really great. And I know that's a challenge. I know other people have been through the same situation, and part of that is the kids. I know my kids are strong, smart people, and they chose good over bad, and I'm proud of them for that. But I think a lot of that was the influences that we put on them even through this situation. So that's probably another topic I could spend a lot of time with you guys sharing. And again, it's valuable, but I think the very most key component is remembering what you loved about that person in the way that they took care of your kids, and focusing on that when you're with the kids. So when your kids are bitching to you about mom or dad, you can remind them how much you know that their mom or dad loves them and cares about them, and the decisions they're making are based on love, not anger or deceit. I think some people take the opportunity to play that card against them, like, oh yeah, I wouldn't do that to you, and that's shitty and petty, and it's making your kids resentful. I think it's important that even through a divorce, you stand by your significant other's decisions and you help them with their decisions. And if you don't like their decisions, you get on the phone and you two work out the decision, and then you both stand by it. That's something me and my ex did, and it worked out really well. And like I said, our kids turned out well for it. But right after the divorce, there's some feelings that people go through, and I'll share with you the ones I went through. Immediately, you're like trying to find somebody. You gotta, and I dissected. I asked myself, why am I so crazy about this? And I think what I learned about it was I was trying to prove that I was valuable, that somebody wanted me. So I had to hurry up and go get somebody that was better looking, more successful. Like I had to get all these things so that I could be seen with her, and then I could prove to everybody that, oh, look, I'm valuable, they're not. I'm not the problem, they were. I got somebody, they don't. And I think we all go through that. And I think whether you have the ability to identify it and process it is hit or miss. But I bet if you think back right now, you're gonna be like, oh shoot, that is why I did that. Or if you're doing it right now, you're gonna be like, is that why I'm doing that? And I would bet that it is. You're trying to prove to the community, because in our heads we think the world revolves around us. And I'll tell you right now, the community doesn't give a shit about your situation. People close to you do. Mothers, fathers, friends, cousins. They care about you. They care about your well-being. But they don't care if they see you with somebody right away. They just want to see you get healthy. They want to see you be happy. And they want to see your life go well. They don't care if you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a husband or a wife. They just care about your mental health, your physical health, the way you take care of your family. Them are the important things to the important people. So get it out of your head that you need to go date right away. Best thing you can do is keep it inside and not date. I actually had a girl that, I was talking to on a dating app. She asked me, how long has it been since you broke up? And I think at this time, it was like 6 months since the divorce, but we'd been separated for a year. And I told her, and she's like, it's too new. And I was pissed. I'm like, who are you to tell me how new it is? I'm fine. I'm over it. I wasn't over it. I mean, it took me a long time to get over it. I mean, there's still even some leftover residual empty spots in there that I'm still trying to close up and heal. But I share that because she was right. She was right to get herself out of that situation, because all I would have done is hurt her. I would have spent time with her. I pretended that we had something good, only to find out later that, this doesn't feel right, and I would have left her. And it took a long time. Like I dated a couple girls, and I did exactly that to them. Dated them and left them because it didn't feel right. And there was nothing wrong with them. They were beautiful, wonderful girls. Nothing wrong with them. Very special, great, great women. Like, I can't tell you anything bad about them. There's nothing bad. All that happened was I wasn't in alignment with them. They weren't right for me, and I had never healed. So fast forward to like now, I've been through a lot. I've dated a handful of people, maybe not a handful, three people I dated, and every one of them have ended because I picked somebody that I'm not aligned with, and I wasn't aligned with them because I didn't know who the hell I wanted. So you got to take that time to reset, find yourself again. And the things that I had to hone in and lock it in on to really know who I am and what I wanted was, one, just ask yourself, like, who do you want in life? And you could probably start by thinking all the things that you didn't like about your ex. Make that list. And the critical thing is that you become the person that you're looking for. I know everybody says that. It's like this common coin phrase, you got to be who you're looking for. It's so accurate. It's so accurate. I became very spiritually dialed in. I studied everything spiritually that I had a question about, all these things. I was raised very religious, and I'm very spiritual now, very close to God, pray to him all the time. But it's through a belief style. And now that I'm aligned with that, it's something that I, to the core, believe in. And when I do it, I feel more whole. And doing things like becoming the person that I want, like somebody who's not drunk and partying all the time. So what do? I quit drinking and I don't party all the time. I want somebody who's fit, who takes care of themselves. So what do? I'm fit, I take care of myself. I worry about my mental health, my physical health, because these are things that are important to me, and I want somebody that's important to them too. And I'm not worthy of that until I do it. So the only way to expose or project that level of authenticity in those areas is to authentically be those people. That's why they say that. You have to become what you're looking for. You can't be physically out of shape and be mad that you're not finding somebody who works out every day. It's not fair. Like, that person that works out every day, do you think they want to be with somebody who doesn't? Those are things that you have to process in your mind. And if you're okay with not working out every day, maybe that's your person. Maybe you want somebody that's okay with not eating everything healthy and watching TV, and you just have to find who you are and become at peace with it, and then you'll be able to find those people. And this is all part of a major healing process. In the description below, I'm going to include some books that I read that helped me find myself, helped me find these true things. When I talk about this, I had a pretty good life. I wasn't in shambles. My life wasn't all destroyed and messed up. I had an amazing career. I lived a great life. When I was married, we did all kinds of fun things. We traveled. I wasn't this hot mess. We were put together. My ex-wife and I had lived a really great married life, and our kids, they didn't even see the divorce coming. Things were so normal and plain for us. And it's important I share that, because it's not like leading into this I was a mess. It's going through it, I realized I wasn't aligned. Even though I had a lot of great things going for me, it could have been better if I'd have been better aligned. I probably would have picked somebody different if I'd have been more aligned. Or maybe I would have been a better husband and wouldn't have made the same mistakes, and maybe we'd still be together. All I learned for sure was whoever I was after this divorce was going to be somebody that I was confident could keep a marriage together, who can keep a relationship together, and who had the mental, physical, and social stability to maintain a life that I volunteered to be a part of with another person. And I think if you can get past all of that hurt and really use this as an opportunity to dig deep and become somebody new and find yourself again, I think that's really where it's at. I think that's how you can correct this, and you have a real shot at putting another relationship together that will last forever. If there's any part of this that stood out to you, that was interesting, or you want more information on, leave me a comment below and I'll make more videos. I do this to try and help people. I don't This isn't for money. This isn't for recognition. I've been through a lot, and I think it's important that I share what I've learned with people, because I see people struggling through similar situations, and I do believe that this information I'm sharing with you can genuinely help. And saying that, if you know of anybody going through these situations, maybe share this video with them, see if it helps them out. But again, if there's anything particular that stands out here you want more information on, make a comment below, let me know, and I'll get another video out that maybe highlights more of those topics that you're interested in or that you think might be helpful to you. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.